let's pretend it's a transmission. You've created a transmission for a truck. Well, you just look at it, you go, well, it's an ugly piece of metal with a bunch of stuff inside. Okay, using technology, augmented reality as an example, you can go inside and show people the genius of the gears turning, and you're going to go,
Pull them
oh
all
my
out.
God. Yes, we sold
That
a
is
car. We sold a car for Kia. We helped Kia dealers sell a car that they did not have on the lot. We gave them a model, and you were able to pick up your phone and look at some really cool AR, augmented reality, of what the car could do, some of the cool features and all that, and they ended up getting orders for it. So that's
and it
how
wasn't
it can
even
work.
made yet?
No, it was not made yet.
Whoa. Wow.
Yep.
So wait, did that go into market? Like, did that come out?
Yeah, it was called the Stinger. It was one of their top selling sports cars.
That is really cool. That is super cool. And that's, how long ago was that? Because AR hasn't been around that long.
In the last 10 years, we did an early version of AR way
That
back
is
in the
interesting.
wood burning stove AR days, but it was
Whatever
good.
that means. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are some of the challenges in maintaining differentiation in a rapidly changing market?
The challenges are giving in to the commodity monster, trying to be like everyone else, hearing that you're too expensive, feeling bad about it, cutting out some of the cool things you do so that you can rationalize lowering your price. That's the danger.
Damn. Wow. Okay, you said that way too easily. So is this a thing you've dealt with often?
Thousands of times.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. How do you measure success of a differentiation strategy?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. Your employee retention goes up. Your employee performance, let's say if it's quality control, goes up because they're actually thinking there's a reason to do the job well. Then, of course, market share can go up. The subtitle of my book is Win, W-I-N, Win Hearts, Minds, and Market Share. So that's how you know. Did you win hearts, minds, and market share? If you did, hey, it worked.
Have you heard of the Japanese Deming method?
Yes, Joseph Deming.
It sounds a little familiar, like with your strategy and approach to actually caring, in a sense.
You do have to care. You've got to care. I mean, if you don't care today as a leader, you're done. My big challenge with leaders, Joe, is I work with leaders who I truly believe care. It's just a lot of times they don't demonstrate it or they don't communicate it. I'm going, hold on a minute. You just did something really great, but you're not sharing it with your people. And it's important they know this. And the leader will go, yeah, but that's my job. I go, hold on. Your people don't know you're doing it. They need to know you did this, and they need to know why and what it means to them. So I'm far more optimistic and positive on those things, but the reality is if you do not share why you did what you did and how it will help your people, it's what we call the void. If there's a void of communication, people will fill that void with negativity. So we say avoid the void.
And just to quickly kind of spark note what Deming is, it's kind of just the management literally caring about what the employee, what matters to them personally.
Right.
Like whether like what motivates them, family, things like that, like a real personal interest in what they care about.
Right.
And it sounds so basic. I hate that I even have to say that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Could you explain how it affects employee engagement and retention, though? Because, I mean, you said it does, but can you explain how?
If people don't feel they're doing something meaningful, they're not going to do the job very well. They're not going to make sure the person next to them does the job well. They're not going to make sure the product that rolls out on the floor or goes to the customer is in good shape. It doesn't matter. So right then and there, that is going to kill a company.
The other problem is you don't really have control over who you work with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people deal with that every day, and they're forced to be in a good mood as well, you know?
Yeah, but you're in a better mood if you're doing something that has value. If you're just going through the paces, I mean, who gives a crap? It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, that's
true.
Right.
In what ways can it actually backfire, and how do you mitigate?
You have to be honest, and you have to come forward and say, hey, we messed up. I've had clients that got up in front of their people and say, we have been so negative about our product and our brand to all of you employees that we have done a disservice to you, and we apologize.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. That sounds unheard of.
It does. And you know what? It worked. And it was sincere, but it worked.
Damn, trying to get on good ground again, good standing. How should companies balance global brand consistency with the local market differentiation?
That's a great question. That's something I work with a lot of companies on, and that's what's known as training. You got to train the people out there the same way you work with your employees. And what you do is you must, and it's imperative, you must explain to anyone who represents what you do the same things I'm telling you to tell your employees. Here's why we do it. This is why it's important. This is why we're so excited about this. This is the difference you make. Because that, if you don't do that, what you just said, Joe, is exactly the danger. Hey, we did it really great. Employees are excited. Boy, the dealers hate it. We're not selling anything. What's wrong? Well, you disenfranchised your franchises. So that's what happens.
What about the intersect with corporate ethics and social responsibility?
The intersect with those two things that you just talked about are really, if you think about it, you ought to be ethical. And if you're not ethical, you shouldn't be in business, period. Okay. And then you get into social responsibility. And I think that is something that's defined a little differently by, I think, almost every human on earth, because what is social responsibility, DEI, whatever you want to call it. And so social responsibility, you can overstep the line and support certain political issues that don't fit what your employees think is right, or some of your employees feel that way. So I think you have to watch that, because did I get into my business to run for office, or did I get into my business to help people who might vote for different political candidates find a home and find significance? And where I'm at is I did not get in to run for office. So I don't share my political views. I respect the views of anybody, but ethics, no compromise. You got to be there. You got to do the right thing ethically. And then there are social companies that are on a platform, and some of them built their business around that platform, which I think is really a smart move.
Interesting. Yeah. No, there's a lot there. What about like how companies can innovate while staying true to their differentiated brand?
If you know what your brand is all about, then you know where to look for your innovation. So if you're really brilliant in engineering, your next innovation is going to be somewhere in that engineering genius. If it's the design of the product, it's going to be in that design. It's what you do best. And the more you understand your strengths, the more likely you're going to go back to where those strengths are and get deeper and really, go into that gold mine and get some more beautiful ore out of that mine, instead of saying, let's lower price or let's imitate our competitor.
You were Better Business Bureau. It was ethics award. Can you explain that? Because we're kind of on that topic a little bit.
Yeah, we won the Better Business Bureau Ethics Award, and it was for, displaying tremendous ethics as a business. So they awarded us that. It was great.
What does that mean though? Like, how do
Yeah,
you
I
even
mean,
get that?
that's the point.